Over the past few days, I've scrolled through countless websites and blog posts to try to work out what the trends in photography will be in 2024. It's not something I've done before, but I thought it'd be quite interesting to see if we can sort of make some predictions about which way or which direction photography is going to go in this year in 2024. And here's a brief summary of some of the things that I've taken. And it's fair to say that the more websites you read, the more blog posts you read, the more disparate and the wider the scope of what's possible for this coming year. However, what I've done is I've looked through all of the various sites and tried to pick out any recurring themes that suggest that more than one person or many people are suggesting what could be trending in 2024. And here's my look at what potentially could be coming our way in the next 12 months. The first thing is that cameras are likely to become smaller and lighter, and people are wanting more portability. And you might think that's my micro four thirds bias that's coming out. But in December, the sales of mirrorless cameras overtook the sales of DSLR cameras for the first time. And what we're likely to see is manufacturers spending a lot more money and effort in developing mirrorless cameras and bringing out new mirrorless cameras, and obviously reducing the amount of DSLR cameras. Because if mirrorless cameras are now the dominant camera in the market, it doesn't make any sense for the big camera players to be churning out DSLRs when people are not buying them so much. And the rumours, the suggestions are that Sony are likely to bring out at least 5 new cameras in 2024. And Canon are potentially going to bring out a new top-end camera and at least 4 cameras. And despite the success that Nikon have had with the Z8 and the Z9, etc., it's suggested that they're going to bring out at least 4 new cameras in 2024. Fujifilm, likewise, rumoured to bring out 3 new cameras, although Lumix will bring out more cameras next year, or this year, in fact. They're unlikely to be micro four thirds cameras and likely to be full frame, and it's potential they're going to bring out 3 new cameras. However, there's been a sort of, let's say, wild rumour that Lumix will bring out the GH7, replacing the GH6, which was released in 2022. And the one that I'm most interested in is Olympus or OM Systems, which is sort of the camera that I use most. And it's suggested they will also bring out 3 new cameras this year. The first one being the high-end one, the camera that replaces the EM1X, and that's likely to be the OM1X, and that's going to be their top-of-the-range flagship camera. There's also a suggestion that the Pen F is going to be redone or re-released or renewed, and that's something that lots of people in the Olympus OM Systems world will welcome. And the third camera that OM Systems are likely to bring out or re-release, as they have been doing, not necessarily making huge strides, is the OM10 to replace the EM10. So currently we're on an EM10 Mark IV, and OM Systems are rumoured to bring out an OM10 to replace the EM10 Mark IV. How much that's going to change is sort of debatable, but at least they're hopefully moving and bringing out new bodies. In addition to OM Systems potentially bringing out 3 new cameras, the Micro Four Thirds sensor is also being developed, and there's speculation and rumour that a Micro Four Thirds sensor could be added to a smartphone, to a cell phone. Imagine a Micro Four Thirds sensor being added to a cell phone. If it does get done and the lenses are not too big, that could be a game changer for all of us, because the quality of the photography you'll get from a smartphone would be out of this world and really would compete with the likes of OM Systems and other manufacturers. It would be a big step forward. Let's watch that one carefully. There are a few of the new cameras, the technology that's potentially going to come out. Another big potential trend that's going to increase in 2024 is the use of film cameras, analogue photography. As we've seen with vinyl records, people sort of hark back to the days when, the old days when they used to use things that was analogue, and that's no different in photography. And although there's been a steady trend of people using film cameras, so expect to see more and more analogue film cameras and film photography coming out over the next sort of 12 months. In fact, I have actually got myself a film camera. I'm borrowing it. It's not, I haven't bought this, and it's actually got a film still in it that's sort of not being used, and it's I think it's from the 1990s, so it's probably no use. But I expect at some stage this year, in the coming year, to obviously have a try out with this film camera and go back to the days of when I was a teenager, when I first got my first film camera, and see if I can sort of make a success of this. So it's something I'm looking to do. It's something other people are looking to do. And I think it's going to be a growing trend over the next 12 months and beyond. And backing up that film camera ethos, what's also likely to trend in 2024 is seeing many more pictures that are unfiltered and unedited. So on the back of that film camera trend that's happening, you're likely to see people producing many more pictures that are not edited. And that does give me a little bit of an idea for potential challenge in this coming year. That maybe a theme for our challenges is taking photos that are unedited. That would be an interesting one to see how all of us cope with that. So obviously it's not something I've discussed with the leaders, but look out for that if you be prepared, let's say. So drone photography has taken off in photography over the last few years in particular, and expect with new cameras, new DJI drones, etc. coming out, that we're likely to see even more drone photography and even more complex equipment that are coming from these drone manufacturers. That's something that's going to continue to take off literally in 2024. I'll save the biggest thing for the end, and there's been a trend in photography that's just been growing and growing and growing over the last few years, and in 2024 it's just going to just take off even more than it has, and that's AI in photography. And last year I created a YouTube short about an Instagram account I'd come across that producing pictures of AI, people of AI, and it just looks fantastic. And I'll leave a link up here so you can have a look at that if you're interested. But expect to see AI just get bigger and bigger and more realistic and more lifelike. And it's going to get even more difficult for us to be able to tell a real photo from an AI photo. I think currently you can, if you look carefully, you can, especially images of people, you can tell that they're AI, because you and I have, let's say, have lines of wisdom and marks of wisdom on our face that we've sort of grown up with and we've developed over time. And these AI images just look like a day-old baby. The skin looks perfect. But expect, I think, over the coming months and years that the images you get, like the deep fake stuff you get, it's going to get more and more realistic. And there'll be a point where we really can't tell an AI generated image from a live and real one. So that will be interesting. And over the next 12 months, all we can do is expect to see that growing and becoming more and more realistic. They're just a few of the trends that I've spotted. And as I said, I've gone through many blog posts and websites to try to pick out the recurring themes in photography. And if you've got any others that you can think of, or anything else that you think is likely going to take place in 2024, then by all means leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for getting this far in the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've liked it. And if you have, it would be great if you would like the video. That would be fantastic. It'll help spread the word, and obviously other people can see that I'm creating these videos. And of course, if you like the content I'm producing, I'd be thrilled if you would subscribe to my channel. It turns out that only 11% of you, of those people that regularly watch my videos, are actually subscribed to my channel. So you could be that one that increases that 11% to 12 and beyond. So if you feel like it, I'd be super happy if you would subscribe to the channel. It would be fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.